Part 25. Flashback interior school office day. Teenage Fagioli is sitting in front of the school psychologist after causing yet another incident involving his hoe. Psychologist, Fagioli, you know what you did. But I'm not here to scold you. I'm here to make you to understand why you did it. Fagioli doesn't answer. Psychologist, can you tell me why you hoed the soccer field? Fagioli, in a low voice, it was necessary. Psychologist, necessary? In what way? Fagioli, still quiet but with growing conviction. Soccer is a pastime for people who are afraid of work. People chasing a ball, fooling themselves into thinking they're doing something useful. That field, that flat, green, perfect stretch of land, was a waste, a sterile wasteland. The earth is not meant to be trampled by colorful shoes. The earth deserves honor. It should be hoed, worked. I did what was right. I freed the field. I made it fertile. Now something can grow. Sports bear no fruit. The hoe does. The psychologist stares at him, steady, calm. There's a beat of silence. Psychologist, in a calm but increasingly firm tone. Fagioli, I understand that the hoe is sacred to you. It stands for order, discipline, hard work. But you need to understand something. The hoe isn't everything. Fagioli's eyes widen, stunned. Psychologist, society doesn't run on agriculture alone. There are other jobs, just as useful, just as necessary. Who designed the tractors you use to plow the land? Who built the roads that carry your crops to market? What about the water you use to irrigate your fields? An engineer designed the aqueduct. And how did he do that? By hoeing? No. He did it by studying with his mind, with intellectual work. There are many jobs. Some are manual, some intellectual. And each one depends on the others, like gears in a machine. Different from each other, but essential. Fagioli, shocked. The hoe isn't everything. Fagioli is left completely disoriented. Psychologist, I hope that sinks in. Now you can go. I'll see you next week. Igor, hoeing with your head? It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. SavedBlog.com. Part 26. Flashback interior. Fagioli's house. Evening. Fagioli is sitting in front of the TV. He flips through channels aimlessly. Suddenly, the school psychologist appears inside the broadcast. Fagioli freezes in fear. The psychologist looks at him from inside the screen. Fagioli, how is this possible? Psychologist, anything is possible, Fagioli, with the power of the mind. Fagioli, but you're talking to me? Psychologist, yes, Fagioli, and I'm here to tell you a secret. Fagioli, a secret? Psychologist, you see, Fagioli, the mind is a powerful, sharp tool. Sharper than any hoe. Fagioli, sharper than a hoe? No, I don't believe that. Psychologist, yes, because your mind can bend the will of others. True strength isn't in the arm. It's in the word, in the stare, in a well-timed silence. And you were born to use that tool. You were born to be a psychologist. The camera slowly zooms in. Fagioli, but my father doesn't want that. He says it's a job for lazy people. He says life is about discipline. Psychologist, lazy, huh? Let me tell you something. Your father has a very limited view. Those who work with their hands serve their masters. They work without thinking. But those who use their minds, they have control. And discipline comes from control. Fagioli, control above discipline? Psychologist, exactly, you're starting to understand. The farmers hoe the land, but the master gives the orders. And you were born to be a master, not a servant. Fagioli, a master. Psychologist, yes, Fagioli, master of your own mind and of others who are weaker. Fagioli, master, how? Psychologist, just like me. Like a psychologist. Fagioli, my father, he won't let me, and I must obey him. Psychologist, exactly. That's how it works. One commands, the other obeys. The strong one dominates the weak and controls him. Fagioli, you mean psychologist? Yes, Fagioli. The stronger one is the one who sees farther. And you've just seen your future. You are in control now. Fagioli, yes, control. Just behind the door, his mother watches quietly. She sees Fagioli speaking to the TV, switching voices like he's acting out both parts of a stage play. Tears run down her face as she tries not to make a sound. Igor, the Fagioli house. The only place in town where the TV worked without a remote. Too bad it turned on by itself. And you couldn't change the channel. Didn't even need to be plugged in. Everyone just saw their own customized hallucination. It was basically TV on demand, but with a mental subscription. Great programming if you're into talking hoes and ghost dads. For the Fagiolis, that TV was a psychedelic trip, no remote required. SavedBlog.com, Part 27, Night Fagioli's bedroom interior. Fagioli lies in bed, eyes half shut, mind teetering between sleep and nightmare. Suddenly, a cold, thunderous voice shatters the silence. Father, booming, furious. What have you done? Fagioli jolts upright, gasping for breath. Fagioli, uncertain, voice trembling. I signed up for psychology. Father, roaring, threatening. Psychology? Have you lost your mind? You've betrayed the earth. You've betrayed me. Fagioli, in a weak but firm voice. It's to understand, to learn how to use the mind. Because the mind is stronger. Stronger than the hoe. The father materializes by the door, his dark, menacing figure filling the room. Father, with a thunderous voice. No, it cannot be. Who put these heresies in your head? Who's the traitor that corrupted you? Fagioli, trembling, looking him in the eyes. The school psychologist. The father's face twists into a mask of hatred and disgust. Father, shouting. Idiot, fool. Uproot this madness now. Cancel that enrollment. Fagioli, I won't do it. Psychology, I like it. It's made for me. Father, how dare you speak to me like that? Obey. Fagioli, voice cracking but resolute. No, sir, I will not obey. An eerie silence. Fagioli's breath is labored as the dark presence of his father surrounds him. Father, in a venomous whisper, dripping with condemnation. Deserter. You've turned your back on the hoe, the blood, the toil. You've chosen the tongue. So be it. Because you betrayed me with your tongue. Your tongue will betray you with your patience every day of your life. Every word will be a blade against yourself. Your path will be marked by slips, deceit, and downfall. The poison of your own words will break you. The father vanishes into the cold air. Fagioli collapses to his knees, forehead to the floor. In his eyes, despair and defiance mix as he whispers to himself. The TV, resting on a table, flickers on by itself. Amidst static, the psychologist appears on screen. Psychologist. Good, Fagioli. I see we're making progress. Ignore him. He's the past. I am the future, and I'm here to guide you and give you the proper curse. I mean, direction. Igor. The price of freedom? Getting disowned by an imaginary great-grandpa. Fagioli. The disinherited man searching for a new legacy within. And finding chickpeas. SavedBlog.com. Part 28. Flashback. Interior Fagioli's bedroom evening. Fagioli stands in front of the mirror. He watches himself in silence. He slowly runs his fingers through his hair, then stops. A few strands remain between his fingers. He looks at them, lets them fall into the sink. Fagioli, half whisper, almost to himself, more and more. He leans in, examining his temples more closely. The thinning patches look wider than a few months ago. Fagioli, it starts like this. First a little, then a little more. Then the desert. He runs his hand over his head angrily, as if trying to force the hair back into place. Fagioli, with a trace of bitterness. And them, they don't get it. They laugh. But they have no idea what it means. To lose pieces of yourself. Bit by bit. Every day, he stops. Forces a half smile. Fagioli with a harder tone, almost a restrained growl. But they'll laugh again. We'll see who laughs last. He stares at his reflection. His eyes grow colder, more calculating. Igor, baldness is a sensitive issue. While Fagioli was out there pulling roots from the ground with his hoe, he was also losing the last roots on his scalp. Seriously, when your hallucination mocks your bald spot, is that self-deprecating humor? When even your imaginary great-grandpa has more hair than you, it's time to admit there's a problem. Fagioli was a man of deep roots, just not in every sense. SavedBlog.com, Waiting Room, Paco. Some butterflies can alter aspects of their behavior or coloration depending on the environment. Banani, what do you mean, like they change color? Paco, yes. For example, the black swallowtail, when the caterpillar enters the pupa stage, detects the amount of light it receives and changes the chrysalis color accordingly. Papaya, so it changes color based on the light? Paco, exactly. The zebra swallowtail, Eurytides marielis. Pupa also changes its color to blend in with the environment. In this case, even the visual texture of the surface can influence its coloration. Banani, like chameleons. Paco, more or less. But there's a key difference. Chameleons change color actively in real time. Butterflies, on the other hand, choose the pupa's color only once, during transformation, and there's no turning back. Igor, kind of like when ravioli picks a pizza flavor. Once he says, triple cheese and salami, there's no going back. Paco, the common buckeye, Junonia coenia, changes the wing pattern depending on the seasons, helping it regulate body temperature. Banani, oh, I know that one. It's like the Chantilly butterfly. Always changing codes? Papaya, hey, leave my sister out of it. I don't like those jokes. Igor, you don't like them, and neither does your bank account. Paco, the painted lady changes the color of its wings in response to environmental stress. Even the eye spots on its wings change in response to both cold and heat fluctuations. And despite having tiny brains, cabbage whites, Pieris rape, can learn to recognize nectar-rich flowers and remember them for up to 3 days, even while learning to identify a second one. Igor, not like someone here, who still can't remember the telescope buttons. SavedBlog.com,